Good morning to all of students. Today we're going to start our new unit, that is projection of solid. It's belong second unit. So we just wait for 2 minutes so other student can join. So in this unit we can go through the projection of solid. Projection of solid and projection of plane is little bit similar to each other, because in the projection of solid what happened, only one dimension is added. Okay, in projection of plane or projection of surface, what happened, length and width is given, but in the projection of solid what happened, z direction means thickness is also given, which is in the z direction. Okay, in our present scenario, or we can say that in our reality, okay, there is three dimension is there. Okay, three dimension is there. And how we can see these three dimension, x y z. And if we assume a corner of our room, if we assume a corner of our room, then what happened, in top corner or bottom corner, you assume any corner, then what happened, you go to the top corner point, then you see your roof is xy and your wall is the z direction. Okay, so there is three dimension x y z. So in solid projection we include x y z, both, sorry, all three dimension is here. Okay, so in projection of plane only two dimension is given, or we consider only two dimension, width and length. But in the projection of solid we consider length, width and thickness also. So that is the main difference between projection of solid and projection of plane. Okay, so projection of solid has thickness. Okay, so our today topic is projection of solid. Now, definition for the projection of solid. See, a solid is a three-dimensional object having length, width and thickness. So this thickness is going to play important role here, because without thickness solid is just a plane, not a solid. Okay, if we remove the thickness, then solid become plane. Okay, so it is completely bounded by a surface or surfaces, which may be curved or plane, which may be curved or plane. So we can say that the shape of the solid is described by the drawing it to orthographic view, usually on the two principal plane, that is horizontal plane and vertical plane. So the meaning of this paragraph is that in the projection of solid, the most of the dimension of the geometry is shown by two planes, horizontal plane and vertical plane. Means we can say that there is two view, top view and front view. Maximum dimension will be shown. Okay. For some some complicated solid, in addition to the above principal view, side view also required. Okay, so some complicated means a simple geometry we can easily find the all the dimension from the front view and top view, but some complicated geometry we need side view also to calculate r view the dimension of the geometry. Okay, a solid is an an aggregate of points, line and plane, and all problem on projection of solid would be resolved themselves into the projection of the point, line and plane. Okay, so we can go through now projection of solid and projection of plane, so we can easily recognize what happened in the projection of solid. But the main things is that the projection of solid and projection of plane is much similar to each other. One thing is main difference between them, I already told you, that is the thickness. If we can remove the thickness from the solid, then solid become surface. Okay. Now classification of solids. Solid may be divided into two main groups: a polyhedra, solid on revolution, polyhedra and solid of revolution. Polyhedra, what is polyhedra? A polyhedra is defined as a solid bounded by the planes called face, which meet the straight line called the edge. Okay, so polyhedra are defined by a solid which is bounded by the surfaces or plane called face, which meet in the straight line which is called edges. There are 7 regular polyhedra which may be defined as the stated below: prism, pyramid, hectodon, cube of hexagon, octagon, drojogon, isohedron. Okay, so these are the 7 types of the polyhedra. Here, prism, pyramid, hectagon, cube of the hexagon, octagon, hexagon and isohedron. So we discuss one by one what they are. First, we discussed prism. What is prism? See, it is a polyhedra having two equal and similar face. Two equal and similar face called its end or base parallel to each other and joined by the face which are rectangle. Okay, so understand, it is a polyhedra having two equal and similar face called its ends or base parallel to each other, parallel to each other and joined by the face which is rectangle. Okay, so he see the example. This is the prism. Okay, the base is the base is triangular, but the side faces is rectangle. See, this is rectangle. The base is different size. It may be triangular, maybe pentagon, maybe rectangular, but the side face is always rectangle. The side face is always rectangular. Okay, the imaginary line join the center of the base or face is called axis of the prism. So this dotted line is the axis of the prism. Okay, now you understand what is the prism. Prism is the entities where two face is exactly same to each other and parallel to each other, which we call the base, and the other face joining them, they must be rectangular in shape. Okay, the base shape is different, there is no problem, so that is called prism. Now see the axis and the face. This is the edge. Okay, so next thing says, see properly. Now the next thing says, according to the shape of its base, prism can be subdivided into the following type: and triangular prism, that picture you show recently in previous slide. Triangular prism, this is a square prism, the base is square. Pentagonal prism, see, the base is pentagon. Hexagon prism, see, the base is has six sides, 1 2 3 3, so that is the hexagonal, but the side face is always rectangle. See, the side face is always rectangular. Pyramid, next thing is pyramid. Okay, so what is the definition of pyramid? This is a polyhedra having plane surface as a base, plane surface as a base, and a number of triangular face meet at a point called vertex or apex. Okay, so here is only one plane, that called base, has a different shape. It may be rectangular, it may be square, it may be a hectagon, pentagon, like that, but the side shape is always triangular, and they can meet at a point which is called apex or vertex. See, like this. Here the base is triangular, and the sides is always triangular, but they can meet at a single point. This is called vertex. See, the imaginary point joined to the apex with the center, that called the axis of the pyramid. So that dotted line is the axis of the pyramid. So edge base axis, and this is your apex, or we can say that vertex. Both are the same. Okay. Now what we can say that next, according to the shape of the base, similarly to the prism, pyramid is also subdivide according to the base of the pyramid. First, rectangular, sorry, triangular, which is shown in the previous diagram, and next is square. The base is square now. The base is square now. See. Okay. So pentagonal prism. See, the base is pentagonal now. Hexagonal pyramid. So the base is hexagonal now. Okay. So these are the different things. Prism and pyramid has a different. In the prism, basic difference is in the prism what happened, there is two equal and similar faces which is parallel to each other, but in the pyramid there is only one base, and in the prism the side face is rectangular all the way, but in the pyramid what happened, the side face always triangle. So solid of revolution, the part B. The part B is solid of revolution. See, when a solid is generated by the revolution of a plane figure about a fixed line that called axis, then such solid are named as solid of revolution. See the definition, read the definition once again. When a solid is generated by the revolution, so what happened? Of a plane figure about the fixed line that is called the axis, then such solid name as the solid of revolution. So see, solid of revolution may be of the following type. Okay. So you see that solid of revolution means you can fix a side of a 2D geometry, and about that you can rotate all the geometry. Okay, like that you can fix this is a rectangular shape. Okay, if you fix that is and rotate this in full 360-degree, then this become a solid of the cylinder. See, cone. If you rotate a rectangle, sorry, if you rotate a triangles, then it become a cone. Sphere, if you rotate a semicircle about its diameter, then it's become a sphere. Episolid, episolid means if you rotate a semi ellipse about its axis, then it become ellipsoid. And same parabolic and hyperbolic. Okay, so see one by one. Cylinder, a right regular cylinder is a solid generated by the revolution of a rectangle about its vertex, which remains fixed. See, this is the center, we called its axis. Now this is the rectangle, and we can rotate, so we get a solid. See, okay, so it become a cylinder, it's become a cylinder now. So this is the revolution of the solid. We just re- rotate the solid about any axis and we get a, sorry, we just rotate a geometry about a axis, then we get a solid. That solid is called the solid of revolution. Now all things is given here, rectangle become cylinder. Now cone, see, a right circular cone is solid generated by the revolution of right angle, sorry, right triangle about its vertex side, which name remain is fixed. So this is the axis. Now this is the right angle, and we going to rotate this about this axis. So see, yes, now this is a cone. Okay, so how it get about rotating the edge, which is the fixed, we call it axis. So axis, and this is the base, and this is the generator, okay, which is generate the cone. Now important term using the projection of the solid. What are the important term which is used in the projection of the solid? See, edge or generator. Edge or the generator means that is the edge which we going to rotate about the axis. So this is the edge or generator. See, for pyramid and prism, edges are the line separating the triangular face or rectangular face from each other. Okay, so for cylinder, the generator are the straight line join different point on the circumference. Means in the prism, edge is the that which is joined to each other, and get the other things. So we just say that we can easily go through that So we can get the different between them. We get the different between them. So this is the prism and pyramid, and second the cylinder is the solid of revolution. Now apex of the solid. So what is the apex of the solid? See, for the cone and pyramid, we get the apex and, or we can say that the vertex. Okay. See, this is the apex of pyramid. This is the pyramid and this is the cone. So in the both cone and the pyramid, we get the apex. But in the prism, we don't have any apex, and in the cylinder also we don't have a apex. Okay, the cone and pyramid only have the apex, or we can say that vertex. So here see, this is the rectangle edge which we going to rotate about this axis. So this is the generator, this is the axis, this is the base. So we just going to say that this is prism and this is the rectangle. Both are made from the, both are made from the rectangle. Okay, so this is the three rectangle joined to each other, so it's become prism. 1 2 and this is 3. Okay, so this is the combination of three rectangles and two triangles. So it's become like this. Okay, the next things we have to discuss, axis of the solid. Axis of the solid. So what is that? Axis of the solid. For cone and pyramids, axis is an imaginary line join center of the base to the apex. For the cone and pyramids, axis is an imaginary line join center of the base to the apex, that is the axis. For the cylinder and the prism, axis is an imaginary line join center of the end or base. Okay, so in the prism and cylinder there is two base or two end, so we can meet the center of the edges or bases, we get the axis. Right solid, a solid is said to right solid if the axis is perpendicular to its base. Okay, so what is the right solid? Right solid if the axis of the solid is perpendicular to the base, perpendicular to the base, like this. So this axis is perpendicular to the base, so this is the right solid. Oblique solid, a solid is said to be oblique if the axis is inclined an angle other than 90 to its base. So if the solid axis is inclined inclined other than 90 degree from the base, so that's called oblique solid. See the example now. What happened? The axis is not perpendicular to the base, not perpendicular to the base. Okay, so important term in the projection of the solid. Now, regular solid. What is the regular solid? See, a solid said to be a regular solid if all the edges of the base are the edge face of a solid are equal in length and from regular figure. Okay, means now it's about the edges. It's about the edges. So all the edges except base or end edges is equal to each other, then we call this is the regular solid. See, what is the fulcrum of the solid? When a pyramid or a cone is cut by a plane parallel to its base, when a pyramid or a cone is cut by a plane parallel to its base, thus removing the top portion, the remaining lower portion is called fulcrum. So this is fulcrum. See, we cut the pyramid and remove the upper portion. So this is the frustum of a pyramid. Frustum of the pyramid. See the diagram. Now we cut the pyramid by this plane and remove the top portion. The remaining portion is called frustum of the pyramid. Truncated solid. Truncated solid. When a pyramid or cone is cut by a plane inclined to the base that remove the top portion, then remaining lower portion is called the truncated solid. So what happened in the previous first term solid is parallel to the base, but it is inclined to the base, inclined to the base like this. So case 1, now we discuss case 1. Axis parallel to the horizontal plane and hence parallel to the both vertical plane and projected plane. See like this, there is a pyramid which is parallel to the HP horizontal plane and it's parallel to the vertical plane. Now how this geometry look in the orthographic projection? See, this is the top view. Top view we get a square. We look from here like this. So we get a square. Okay, like this. Oh, Now we get the axis, see here. So this is the top view and this is the front view of the solid. See, now you can think what going to happen if we going to draw a pyramid in 2D and 3D. So we can say that for a case that is axis perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So this axis is perpendicular to horizontal plane and hence parallel to the both vertical plane and projection plane. So we can say that this is the front view and this is the top view. Okay, so we get front view and top view of this pyramid. Now case 2, axis is perpendicular to vertical plane and hence it parallel to the both horizontal plane and the projected plane. So see this case, this prism is axis parallel perpendicular to vertical plane and parallel to the horizontal plane. Now how it's drawn in the orthographic view, see this is xy line. Now front view we get the base of the pyramid, sorry, prism, base of the prism, and in top view we get the dimensions. Now see, the base is here, the base is like this is A, B, C, D, E, F and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like this, A dash, 1 dash, B dash, 2 dash, C dash, 3 dash, D dash, 4 dash, E dash, 5 dash, F dash, 6 dash. Now we make the projection of this line, see, and we get the here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, F, C, E, D. Okay, like that. So this is the orthographic view of given prism, which is the hexagon prism. Now case 3, axis is perpendicular to projected plane and hence is parallel to the horizontal plane and vertical plane both. See, this is the case. Okay, this is a prism which is perpendicular to this projected plane. We can say this is the side plane. Now the base is parallel and side is parallel to vertical and base is parallel to the, this side is parallel to the horizontal plane. Now, how are we going to make this? So this is a complicated things. For this we need front view, top view as well as side view for the full dimension of the geometry. Okay, because from the top view and front view we doesn't get all the dimensions, so we need a side view of this geometry. See xy line. Now this is the auxiliary view or projected view. Like this we can say this is the side view. Now from the side view we get the other view of the pyramid. So this is the axis, give its name, and similarly now draw a line, make a perpendicular distance and draw the projection, because this plane is 45-degree inclined. So we get the projection here. Now this is the exercise for the case 1. Axis parallel to the vertical and inclined to the horizontal plane by theta angle, also inclined to the projected plane. So means the inclination with the two plane here. So what is the exercise for that? Read the problem. A right regular pentagon prism, side of base is 30 mm and height axis at 75 mm, rest on horizontal plane on one of its base corner such that its long side containing the corner is inclined to horizontal plane 60-degree. Draw its projection. So projection of solid is little bit complicated or complex in comparison to projection of plane. Okay, because in the projection of solid we get different cases, or we can say that we get more cases in comparison to the projection of plane. So how are we going to draw this? The case is similar. First we going to make the xy line. Next we just make the pentagon here because it's given. Now it make its side how the 30 mm. So this is A B C D E, A B C D E. So A1 B1 C1, because this is the second top view. So we made here second top view first because we get the true shape of the base in the second top view. So you see the point is overlapping. Now we just make the diagonal of these. So we get axis here and this is 75 mm long sides. So we get a different projection. Now here we get the side view of them. Now we just going to prepare. The angle is given here 60 degree. So these things is comes here A dash B dash C dash 1 2 3 4 5. So we get here. Now this is the 60 degree here. Now we just draw a projected line by the center of these. Now projection is drawn from the above figure. See, okay. So see, here we get the actual shape of the prism which is given. See, so this is the actual front view. Okay, so we can say this is first front view, so that this is the name ABCD, and this is the second top view. From the second top view we are going to make start here. Okay, see, we get the diagram now.
Sir, can you repeat the last?
Okay, I just repeat this.
That fourth quadrant.
I repeat the question also, so you can see. A right regular pentagonal prism is there. So a base side is 30 mm and height is 75 mm. Rest on the horizontal plane, one of its base corner, okay, such that the long edge containing the corner is inclined to the horizontal plane at 60 degree. Draw its projection. So see here. So we can start from the XY line, and this is the your base of the pentagon, and the dimension is given here. See, A B C D means A1 B1 C1 and E1 here, and 1 2 3 4 5, that is 1 1 2 1 3 1 and 5 1, because these point overlapping to each other, and we going to see the top view of the prism. So we just able to see only one base of the prism. That's why these each and every point have the double name here. Okay, now from here we have to get the center of this pentagon. For this we make the diagonal and get the center. So we just projected the center, and here we get the 75 mm distance. See, this is 75 mm distance. Now we project this point, project these points. See, we project these points to get the front view of the prism. So we get front view of the prism. So this is the front view of the prism. Now what happened? We just make a 60 degree inclined line here and make this a rectangle inclined to the 60 degree. Inclined to the 60 degree. Just I delete the okay. So here we just make this 60 line, and now you just measure this line, okay, and put on here. So here, and measure this, write the parallel, so you get the all things is given here. You just make this diagram inclined to the 60-degree only. Now you just draw the projection of this diagram. See here, each and every corner projected here. This projection, this projection, this projection, this projection down, so that you get the different point here. Okay, see, 1 2 3 4 5 here, and A B C D E here. So you just going to meet these lines. Here you get the two pentagon. See, make this, so you get two base here. Okay, 1 2 3, this is 4 5 and 1. So you get one base and two base, means two end you get, and make join of them. So you just get one and second. So what happened, you get these points. So you just made the lines. So you get, this is the real or actual praise which is given in the problem. Okay, so that is end for the today. So you have to practice all these, because the toughness of